YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. Welcome to another Whiteboard Wednesday. Today I want to talk a little bit about what we're calling the hopper, and it's what we have in the works. And this isn't news to most of you if you follow along closely, but I just want to give an update. So we released an Apple Watch app, definitely an MVP, a 1.0. That's the rule in software. You always release an MVP, minimum viable product, and it tells you what you have to spend on your categories. More to come there, but it was a great kind of first push into a new device, and to be honest, it was pretty easy to build in comparison to a lot of other things we attempt. So we had that one done for a while and then pushed it out. Some of you were complaining and saying like, hey, I thought we were working on reports. We are working on reports, but we've got developers that don't know the client side that the reports will be built in, and other developers these same developers that know the iOS side. And developers can switch back and forth, but there's ramp up time that's extremely inefficient if you were to just have guys be bouncing all around. So to say that we're not putting our full effort behind one thing because something else happens in another, with other tech, that's not accurate. We spread the love, right? But I do want to give an update here because the watch, there are cool things to come. The watch it's very light on battery. It can be location aware. We can start getting into some kind of context sensitive stuff like in the moment where you might need to know something. And because of the battery on it, I'm pretty intrigued by the idea of kind of having things, have the budget ping you a little more proactively than we have in the past. We've had to rely on you lazy people to check, and I'm one of those, to check the budget before you spend money, and maybe there are ways where we could have the budget kind of, pop up at you a little bit and like tap you on the shoulder and remind you what you have to spend in certain categories. That could be killer. That will be killer. So where are we at? We're in the last 90%. I told you guys we'd have this stuff done in the first quarter, and we are not in the first quarter. We're in the second quarter, which is another software rule. Things basically take twice as long as you say they will take. Anyway, so reports, we're at about 90%. We'll have one report out, and then we'll add on to those reports. We want to test the waters with this and see what kind of response we get from you guys and see if there isn't any other way to tailor and kind of learn more about what you as users actually need there. So we're releasing one, we'll test and see, and then we'll start building on another one. That's at 90%. Bank file imports, that one is to let you folks that are not in the US, and frankly, you can't import because we don't have that functionality through our third party. That one's super close. We tested it internally. We found a few bugs, which is great. We've fixed those bugs, and we are retesting, and then we'll just slowly bleed it out. So that one's super close. And then we've got full migration of data from YNAB 4. That one's also, I think actually today, no. Let's see. I think it is today. Yeah, it is today. We're rolling that out to a very, very small group of users. We want to see what kind of problems people run into. As you know, with the new YNAB, we changed a few things that we talked about 6 months ago, and we want to make sure that that's all understood as people migrate. So there's a lot of testing and evaluation to do there, but we're getting really close. Anything above 90% in software is brutal because that last 10% always seems to be about half the work. But we've been sitting in the 90s for a while with these, an aggravatingly long time. So I don't feel like we're at that 90% where half the work is done. I feel like we're in the 90s where we're actually in the 90s. We're actually getting close. Anyway, I wanted to give you an update there. Nothing about budgeting, nothing about priorities, nothing about saving for things, nothing about maybe getting rid of the debt so you have all your money available to prioritize on things you actually care about. Just talking about the software today. And letting you know that we got a new developer that starts next Monday as well. So we want to welcome Jorge to the team. And that stacks us up on developers way more than we've had in the past, and I'm excited about that. We're also going to be posting for a UI UX designer and looking for a position there. If you're an experienced UI UX designer, pop on over to our jobs page and give us a look. Maybe you fit right in with these crazy people over here. Anyway, that's it. I don't want to take away from the principles of the budgeting, but every once in a while you guys are talking about the software and what's next and what's this and what that and why not this, why not that. So this is my attempt to answer you to the best I can and let you know that we're just hard at work, we're focused, and we're going to keep delivering. And once these are out of our hair, we have so many more things that we're working on. Some of the stuff you guys don't even know you want. And Those are what I'm most excited for. I'll see you later.